Hey everybody, hope everybody's having a great day today. Welcome back to the channel. This is Alice with Sage Leaf Studio, and I have wandered away from my desk to shut a couple of doors so that I don't have any other background noise besides whatever's going to happen in this video. So anyway, welcome to the channel. I was just going to bring you along on a project that I am quickly doing because tomorrow is Father's Day. And I don't have my cards ready for all the fathers that we celebrate, our family, and I need 4 of them. And I went out today to finish up my Father's Day stuff gathering and couldn't find a card that I really liked for anybody. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting to be a card snob because I make my own cards, but honestly, and the sentiments in a lot of them are great, but then others are not. And, you can stand there. I don't know. I envy the people who can walk up to the card area, grab the card they want, and go, because I'm not that person. I stand there and I read everything. And I just want to be thoughtful, you know, and certain like colors speak to me. You know how it is when you're picking out cards. I think most people are that way. You just want the perfect card. And I just really haven't found that this year in the Father's Day cards that I was looking at. So it turns out I was at Knickknacks, which is the antique craft home decor little mall that is in our town here. Actually, it's in Duncanville. I'm in Dallas, but I'm going to be moving in there soon, and that's why I haven't posted a video lately, because I'm busy getting ready to be in this new place. And so, but I was in there doing some other things, and I was walking around, and I can always find something that has to do with my paper crafting stuff in this one booth called the General Store. And she's been there forever. And she has a bunch of great stuff. And so I just happened to find this package of 4 cards. And they're just, like craft paper cards with some denim stitched on each card with a craft paper envelope and no sentiment inside. Anyway, it was less than $4. I actually get a discount because I'm one of her fellow vendors, so she gives us 20% off. Thank you very much, Sandra. And so I grabbed that up and I thought, you know what, I can do my own thing. I mean, I'm going to get rid of that. And I'll get rid of the packaging now because I don't need it anymore, because that's what I needed was 4 cards. And you'll see here that there's only 3 because I've already made, I'll call it my prototype. So this is one of the ones that I'm going to be giving. And I just wanted to see how it would work. So it's the denim, and I don't mind that there's like strings hanging off and stuff because I just like it. I like the way it looks like that. And then they've just, gone in and stitched. And how about that? They, used like the kind of goldy orangey stitching that you would see on jeans, on denim jeans. And it just works out great because it's not too obtrusive on the inside of the card, because it kind of blends in and it's the same color. And it's blank, so I can write whatever I want to. Now, that'll be a whole nother story, but I'm usually pretty good at that. So I can handle that. So on this one's going to be for one of my sons because he is kind of a car person. He's really into car stuff. And so this one is going to be for him. I'm sorry, I've got some glue strings still hanging around. I'll have to take care of that. But I just wanted to see what kind of layering and different things that I could do. And all my guys, including my son's father-in-law, who is part of our family, and we're always getting together for this kind of stuff. They're all very handy, enjoy home improvement stuff, that kind of thing. So the point that I'm getting at is I had all these leftover paint swatches. I always have a lot because I'm always looking for specific paints. As a matter of fact, I found, when I was looking at some of these, I found warm eucalyptus. Look at that. I think that's the color of the year or something. Anyway, I got that today. I was at Lowe's getting some paint for the new booth. Excuse me. And I think it's just going to be white. So I don't even know what I did with my white swatches. But anyway, I just happened to see this and I thought, oh, I like that. I might end up, painting something with that, or I might craft with this card. I don't know. But that's what's happening here, is I have these cards, these paint swatches, and I really like that Degas Blue. So I got 4 of those. But then I have all these others. So I got 2 Debonairs. I don't know why. Sporty Blue, Still Water, Debonair, Salty Dog, and the one that I used on my one son's here was Dark Night. Okay, so that's kind of pretty. So anyway, and I also managed to hoard up these things, and these are just laminate, and I just seem to kind of have a lot of them laying around. Sometimes I grab one every once in a while if I think I'm going to do something with it when I'm there at the store. But anyway, I got all the same color, which is Mercury Vesta. And but these are kind of cool Wilson Art laminate sheets. And I don't know, I just, they're kind of part of a whole mixed media thing for me. And I just love when there's different textures and layers and different things. So I thought this was kind of neat. So I've got the denim, I've got the laminate, I've got one of my paint swatches. This is actually a piece of material that I have. This is the inside of a bag that is, where's the other part of it? It's right here. This is this is a Chip and Joanna Gaines Hearth and Hand with Magnolia. This was a tote bag, and this was actually the inside of the bag. It had a zipper pocket. Anyway, the bag got really dirty in the back of our car, and was kind of in that area where you keep tools and stuff. We just had some stuff in it. So the outside of the bag got really dirty, and I just couldn't, I washed it, but I couldn't get it clean. So, but I took it apart. I saved the handles. I think I've used those in some projects, but I also took out the lining because I thought, wouldn't this be fun to like cover a journal and have this little pocket extra area here, and like wrap a book like this and make that like part of the cover. I don't know. Anyway, but I'm saving that piece for that. But I have the other side of the inside just for cutting up, and so that's what I did right here. I took my sorry about that. I took my pinking shears and just cut a swatch. I didn't care if it was cut evenly or whatever, because that's not the point of this. This is very, it's just very rustic, like I like to say. So anyway, but that's what I'm using. So I'm just sort of staying in this sort of blue, gray, whatever hue of stuff. And so I've got that one done. So I've got my other paint swatch. This paint swatch, I didn't do anything to it. It is in its entirety, but this one I tore on either end and kind of inked them up a little bit, but I just thought it turned out really good. And on this one, of course, because of the cutout, the die cut that I chose to use, since it's going this direction, I could have done it this way, but I don't know, I thought it just looked cool this way. So this one's going to be laid out, horizontally. But I think that like on this one, which is going to be for my son's father-in-law, and he's very musical, and he knows who he is. I think I'm going to go this way with this one. So I thought I'd drag you along and show you how I did this. And so this is basically ready to go. I'm going to figure out, and of course I want to kind of lay things at an angle. I don't want everything to be, I could line everything up I don't know. Let's see, a salty dog. Debonair. He would be good for debonair. That would be a good one for him. There's this. And this actually has a little bit of a blue background to it. This is, I don't know if it's Tim Holtz or what brand it is, but there. Oh, I got to get my piece of material too. So, but I'm thinking maybe this layout is going to work, but I think I'm probably not going to leave it be, you know, straight up and down or whatever. And I do think I still want to tear this because I don't know, I just do. It's a little too. I like that this has almost looks like a tag. It's got this little house shape here. It's a little tag shape, and that's fine. But this one's a little bit too straight edge for me, so that one's gonna get to be torn. So anyway, so I'm gonna grab my material over here, and I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna grab a piece. I don't know if it'll end up being this big, but I'll get in here for now. I don't even care if I'm lining up my little teeth marks, because who cares? And that's the beauty of this kind of thing. So I'm gonna, one acted weird like it was doubled over, but it's okay. I'm just gonna get in here and try not to cut myself. And actually, I did have like a swatch left over. Actually, I had two, but one was really tiny. But on this one, I used this piece, but then I had a little piece left over, so I just added it down here. I don't know. It looked like it needed something there, or maybe I just fantasized about that, but I might end up using part of this piece. Who knows? I'll leave it off to the side so I can decide whether or not I want to do that. So I'm just going to set my pinking shears off over there. Okay, so I'm using Fabri-Tac for everything because I think that's pretty much going to hold everything that I need. But first, I'm going to ink the things that I'm going to ink. So let me get that going. So I've got my horn. I'm going to get that done. Is right up his alley because he plays almost every brass instrument that I know I can think of. Maybe there's things out there that he doesn't play, but he also is an instructor and a book writer. All right, there's that. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go back over and I'm going to ink the cards themselves. And it would just look like, doing it like this. And I'll do that. I'll go back to the other one and finish it off doing it that way. But there's that. I'm going to do the spine. We're going to do the back. Because I do want this to look a little vintagey. I mean, I'm using some vintagey looking pieces of art. But that's the beauty of this. You can mix your media, you can mix your genre to a degree. You don't want to get too crazy, but colors, I don't know, whatever makes sense to you, whatever speaks to your brain, I think is what you have to really do, because how else are you going to know? If it looks good to you, then it looks good. And that's the fun, the number one dealio about doing this. Okay, that looks good. That one's all inked up. I promise I'll go back and ink the other one. When I'm all done, I'm not going to make you sit through the rest of these three. But when I'm all done, I'll definitely have a picture. It'll probably be on the front anyway, on the front card. Should I leave the little tag guy, the little hole guy there? Yeah, I think so. All right, here we go. We're going to start gluing quick. See if my glue bottle will participate and cooperate. Yep, I already see it coming out, so we're looking good. I'm just going to get a good amount going there. like to focus on the corners when I'm doing this kind of stuff. Hopefully I'm getting enough on there. There. That looks good. Gonna end up spilling glue all over my already done piece. I'm gonna scoot it out of the way. You don't have to see it right now. Okay, so we've got that one. And then I think I'm gonna use the same formula. Oh yeah, I'm not using that one. I'm using debonair. Is that too close? No, I don't think so. Now, on this one, I want to go this way. So I think that makes sense to me. So my glue is already trying to escape my bottle, so let's get it on here. And I noticed that this kind of hangs off the edge. I don't necessarily need glue right here, but I do have a lot of glue going on right here in the body of this. That's going down there. I could zoom you in a little bit so you can see a little closer what's going on here. Let's get those out of the way. There we go. All right. And now it's time for this guy. I don't want it to look like I'm trying to line it back up with this piece. So I'm going to go off a little. Let me just kind of see what I'm looking at here. This might go more like that. Yeah. I'm going to leave those right there. Now, so the back of this, I guess, if you will, of this material, it's almost waxy. And maybe it was supposed to be kind of like, I don't know, waterproof maybe? I'm not sure. But it was a good bag. But you know, when things go, they go. But it's good that I'm able to repurpose it. That makes me very happy to be able to repurpose stuff, because that's kind of the whole point of why I do what I do. Okay, so now we know that we're gonna kind of go straight up and down with this piece. Yeah, this glue is trying to, bubbling up. You know, it's got like, it's under pressure, probably because I'm squeezing the bottle too hard. Let's just see how this goes. That. Now we're going to kind of go this way. I want everything to show. That looks good. And then I want that to go there. So, you know, we're mass making here. It makes me think of a line in Oh Brother Where Art Thou, one of my favorite movies of all time. Oh Brother Where Art Thou? And we're mass communicating here. Anyway, if you know, you know, right? If you know, you know. Like that way. I actually want to turn it just a little bit more. Try not to get too much glue showing. And I can go back and once it's dry and get all that off of there. So I'm super happy with that. I think it almost looks a little like which way is up. But I like it. And it's heavy, it's beefy. And you know, I don't know. The guys will probably go, "Oh yeah, that's real cute. Thanks." No, I don't know. They're very sweet too. To kind of, you know, put up with my stuff. And I don't give them this kind of stuff very often. Just here and there. I'll make them a bookmark or give them a card, or I've made them some kind of journaly things, but just trying to make sure that quits oozing out there. Took a little pressure off of it. So there we go. Now I'm cleaned up too. So that one looks pretty good. So I'm very happy with it. Anyway, I just wanted to drag you along and show you what's going on around here. I'm supposed to be working on other things. We're actually once we get into our booth in July, they're having a Christmas in July event. And so we're dragging all our Christmas stuff out, me and my partner, and we're gonna have a little area where it's, Christmassy stuff, and that'll be good because then it'll help us kind of decide, what might sell and what might not at this new location. So anyway, but we're happy to be, getting to do it and everything. It's just going to be kind of a mad dash once we get in there. So anyway, I've got to get busy on stuff like that, but I wanted to stop and do this because tomorrow's Father's Day, and to all the fathers out there, happy Father's Day if any of you are watching. And I'm actually not going to drop this until after Father's Day, so whatever, but I don't want the guys to see their stuff before I give it to them tomorrow. Look, I'm going to pull this. Yeah, looky there. That looks good. I like it. I like that little extra kind of fringy area there. So yeah, I won't pull too much though, because then I'll have no denim left. So anyway, all right, well that's it. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.